What's up, y'all? Just got back skis, man. Literally. Bruh, tell me how the jump was crazy, bruh. I literally, boy, I drove so far. It was like a 2 hour drive there. It was like an hour and a half back. It wasn't too bad driving back, but dog.
shit, and it's not. Thank you. Can't
I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. No one jumped in to even let me know. I appreciate you though. All right, gotta start the whole recording over. So, as I was saying, this is a wedding that I just finished. You guys can see it. I'm kind of going through my workflow. The way that I used to store things was I would come on here and I would usually store them like via hard drive, but one day I was transferring them over to the hard drive. I would hold my command button and drag them over, and it would move all of the files from my SD card to my hard drive. So I put my SD card in, and I used to move it I used to move them. I didn't copy them, I used to move them. So what you want to do is you want to make a copy. All right, you want to make a copy from your SD card to your SSD. Right, and you want to edit off of that SSD. All right, a SSD is a solid state drive. A hard drive is an external hard drive, which is literally just meant for storage. It's not even really meant for editing on there. Thanks, Nero, bro. I appreciate you. So it's not really meant for editing on. Okay, so you don't want to edit on hard drive. You want to edit off of an SSD. So right now we're copying the files over from here to there, right? So this I categorize this folder under Jackie wedding, right? So any wedding that I do, any client that I have, I always try to categorize them under a specific name or under a specific like what they booked me for, right? So for her, this is Jackie wedding, right? And then I put her name and in my contact is the same thing, Jackie wedding client. Okay, so if I ever look it up in my client, I'm like, I know I did a shoot and I forgot there was some fire photos I took, but it was for this wedding. If you just put all your clients' names in under the folders, you would never be able to find that shoot, right? So I put in the word wedding. If I search that up on my computer, it's gonna all come up on a plethora, just wedding, and now I can it narrows it a lot down, a lot more, rather than you trying to figure out that one client's name. Okay. So this helps you while you're building your business to be able to categorize your clients along the way while you're growing and while you're getting up there in business, because it will help streamline everything. It'll help make everything so much easier. And now when it's time for, Mother's Day comes around, you have one client that your name is, let's say for example, Stacy maternity client, right? Mother's Day comes around, you literally look up maternity in your contacts list, or you look up maternity in your things. You can literally go ahead and look and text those clients, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy Mother's Day, copy paste, whatever you got to do, because what it does is it creates that relationship and it builds a relationship and lets them know that you actually care and that they were like, a client that you actually appreciated for booking you, and it puts you back again at the top of their mind for them to then come back and want to book later, or maybe they were thinking about somebody that they needed for another task, and you just go back to the top of their mind, right? So this helps out a lot, you guys. This helps out a lot. So I always categorize them. So for her, I put wedding, and I put the date, so I know when I shot that wedding. Even though all these images are date stamped anyways, if I look up the date, these images are going to show up, but I just want to know, like, boom, wedding. I look up wedding, now I know I have a whole wedding. If I need to update my wedding portfolio, I'm going to look up the word wedding, and a whole bunch of wedding shoots that I've done are going to come up, and I'm going to be able to use these images now for my wedding portfolio. Or if I look up birthday, any client, whatever I get them for, I name them and categorize them based off such, with their contacts and their folders, right? So I try to keep everything corresponding the same, and for what they booked for, so that way I know. These are some of the images that we took today. I wanted to show you guys. I was showing you guys earlier, but I know my audio was muted. This right here, I had to take a selfie with them. I always try to do some like little fun stuff. This one was out of focus a little bit. We did a little bit of fun, different vibes. It was really cool. Love my clients. Love my clients. Love my clients. Nah, yeah, it was cool. We had some fun though. It was a vibe, but what was I trying to show you guys? But this right here was taken on the 24-70 lens. This is a Sigma lens today that I used. So I was running a 24-70 setup with the wedding, a 24-70 with the 70-200. So I had my two cameras, which are both right here, right? So I had both of these cameras right here, and I was running a 24-70 and a 70-200. This right now is not a 70-200. I just changed the lens. It's back there in that case. You guys can see right there. So this is the Sony a7R5 and then the Sony a7S III. I love my a7S III because it's very good in low light. So I had the a7S III paired with the 70-200, and I had the 24-70 paired with the Sony a7R5. So these did very good for me. I had these. I was dual wielding them today for the wedding, and it actually went really good. So tomorrow I have a few more events that I have to do tomorrow as well. I'm going to literally do the exact same setup for that too, and then show you guys how those images come out. So these images in particular are from the a7R5 with the 24-70 millimeter lens at between 2.8 and 3.2 of an aperture, right? And I did have my V1 on top of the 24-70 lens. I did not have any flash when using the 70-200. I was just using that low aperture, getting in there, cropping it in. This is from the 24-70 millimeter from Sigma. Both of these are Sigma lenses. The 70-200 was also from Sigma too. So these images came out really good. I really love how these came out, man. I had a lot of fun shooting this today, man. We're at a barn. I was able to play with the cows. I don't know if you guys are up to date on my Instagram. I had posted it on my story. I was playing with some cows today. I like to get little intimate moments, even if I don't end up using them. These are all just raw images, literally just fresh off my camera right now. My SD card is just in the. My SD card is literally just in the. My SD card is literally just in the thing. So I literally just raw put it in here. Some different vibes in there. So it was really cool. But there were some cool people, man. There were some cool people. Yeah, there was a vibe, man. I got a lot of different cool little vibes. They wanted a lot of different cool little shots, like, so they had like some of them like smoking and stuff, like vibing, and they were like, yeah, we bet you never shot a wedding like this before. And I was like, yeah, no, but it's a vibe though, like I'm with it, right? So you guys see these little vibes right here. They had a little like woodworking and stuff like that in there. There's little cool cute stuff like this, different stuff like that. There we go. Little wood stuff. There we go. Everything was just so cute, man. Like everything was put together nicely. So you guys some different vibes from when they were outside. Hold on. These are all the little just party vibes. I'm gonna flood through these quickly, and I'm gonna be able to look and see what I was doing. They did some speeches and stuff. Let me see. Hold on. That's the only thing about going like about going live and stuff and then not having anybody in here is like no one's able to tell me if my audio is like actually good or not. Like, bruh, I'll be looking at the audio levels, they're looking good, but it's like I didn't know that the button was not clicked and like it's a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's like, cause I also don't have headphones on, so I can't like hear myself speak right now either. But yeah, they wanted a lifestyle vibe. When they went outside, they go like chill and smoke. Then they did like some little cute stuff with like the blunt and stuff like that, kind of wrapping it around their faces. Different little cute like that. They were cute. He was giving like that Viking vibe. Bro was fire. But yeah, I got a whole lot more weddings, you guys. I have a lot more weddings that I'm gonna be doing. So I'm going to be showing you guys a lot. I'm going to be processing all of those. So I'm processing the photos right now. I have another event tomorrow early too as well to shoot. I have events all day tomorrow. So yeah, get ready for some lives. Because I might spark live like in the middle of one of my events and just like let y'all be like on my POV for a while before I like, switch it up again. So that should be really cool. We're gonna have some vibes out there. It's gonna be kind of fun. I have a baby shower to go to, and then from the baby shower I'm gonna then go to another event that I have. It's like a 4th of July event, but it's not 4th of July anymore. LOL. So these images are gonna take a minute to transfer because there's a lot of them. Oh, also is because I'm transferring the files. I'm not copying the files to an SSD. That's also the problem. I'm putting them on my hard drive to then put on my SSD. So that's also another thing that I'm doing, you guys. And that could have like saved us a lot of time if I had put it directly to my SSD, but that could have been the thing as well. Cause I put it on here. Let me see. Well, let me see, because these might go like super fast. Because that shows you the SSD goes like way faster. That's kind of like why you get an SSD too. An SSD transfers files so much quicker than a hard drive. Like a hard drive has to think about too much to transfer files. SSD kind of just like cuts through the BS, but that's also kind of why SSDs are more expensive than a hard drive also. That is also another thing that you have to think about as well. So let's see how long it's gonna take the SSD versus the hard drive. Cause I'm copying both, but I'm gonna just see if the SSD, so I can have that backup. Cause you never know what might happen. Cause I have it on my SD card, then I have it on my SSD and my H drive, and my hard drive. And then after everything's closed out, I could take it off my SSD, leave it on my hard drive, and take it off my SD card. Because now I have three forms of copy. So like you could do that. I do this with videography as well. Even when I do wedding videos, for a fact, I do this too. Let's see. All right, gotta start the whole recording over. What's up, EC2? There we go. Let me see. These are all just rough vibes. Yeah. Bro, I had some fun today, bro, with these images, bro. I gotta show you guys the 70 to 200 because these are from the 24 to 70. But then I still have the 70 to 200s images. Hold on. These didn't all transfer yet. Oh, did they all go? Yeah, I think they all did. Yeah, what's up, fam? I think they did. Making sure that all of them are here. Yeah, they're here. That's the images. There we go. So that's good. What's up, Casper? What's up, Casper? Alright, I think this is good. Alright, man. What's up, Cas? What's up, Cas? What's up, Casper? What's up? What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? What's is up, Casper? Nope, nope, nope. You cannot get on my shoulder, bro. No. Not right now. No. Not right now. Not right now. Let's see. There we go. All right, bet. So they're on here now. Cause I be having my videos split. So like my videos going to one hard drive, and then the photos going to not one hard drive, one SD card, and the photos going to the other SD card. Your first solo wedding next Saturday? Yeah, you should be straight, bro. You'll be straight. You'll be alright. Alright, so this camera's cleared up. Now for this one. Let's see what she talking about. Yeah, these images came out so freaking hard, bro. I love this, bro. Getting this lens was like probably my best decision. Hold on, these was hard. These were the 7200, you guys. You said, what do you do with the JPEGs? I take birth RAWs JPEG and never use JPEGs. Well, I mean, if you shoot, okay, JPEGs save your ass sometimes. So it's kind of good to have the JPEGs, because JPEGs will save your ass sometimes. But I separate the RAWs and JPEGs. I put all the JPEGs in a folder, and I put all the I have all the RAWs in the folder. And then I do edit the RAWs, but sometimes the JPEGs save your ass for real. Because sometimes the JPEG got it right, and the RAW you just like, sometimes maybe it's overexposed and the JPEG did it correctly and the RAW didn't do it correctly. I've had that happen sometimes, like my whites are blown out, but the JPEG saved my ass on that image. Like, so I know it does do good to do both. Because I know some people who shoot RAW only, and I mean that's cool, but like I like having preview images, because like when I'm shooting events, I'll do RAW and JPEG, and sometimes I'll just upload, depending on the type of event I'm doing too, though. Like, because sometimes I use JPEGs, sometimes I use JPEGs, because depending on the event, it comes out right in camera, and I don't have to do anything else. I know, I'm fucking with you. I did it on purpose. This shot was hard, bro. This is the 70-200, bro. Like, oh my gosh, man, these are some hard images, bro. These are some hard images, bro. These are some hard images, bro. Like, man, I did my shit with these, bro. I seen these in the camera and I said, yeah, 70-200, man. So this image was taken with the 70-200 with the Sony A7S III, 12 megapixel camera, bro. But that bitch did crazy, and I chose to put this one in particular. right, on this camera, because I knew that it was going to help me with that lower light, and with that longer lens and cutting out a lot of light would definitely help me, because I was definitely using a sunshade as well. So this actually came out really good, right? So I'm gonna literally give you guys my camera settings on this exact image right here. So if I go right here, right click, and I go to get info, it's gonna go ahead and roll up my camera settings to keep me honest about exactly the camera settings that I was using. So with the settings I had, bro, where is it at? Because it usually pops right here. Oh no, wait, wrong one. I gotta do the JPEG of it. There we go. Get info. All right, so I was shooting in. Bro, my eyes not working right now. Like, am I tripping? Like, I feel like my eyes are just not working. Like, my eyes are going back and forth. Okay, part of me just forgot where is it at? Hold on. Oh no, these are definitely tough. They're definitely tough. But I took a note of it earlier. Okay, so the setting that I had right here, I was shooting at 3.2. So my aperture right here was at 3.2, and my shutter was at 250. I went between 125 and 250 on this shutter on purpose, because I kind of wanted it to have a bit of motion for some reason. I don't really know, but I just know that extra light was allowed to come in once I went down from 250, and I had my ISO at 640. I kind of kept it there like almost the entire time for real. My ISO kind of floated right there, and then my shutter just kind of went up more to like kind of like compensate for that motion blur. They were moving a lot, so I was like talking to them and stuff like that, so they were moving frequently, like kind of going in and out, touching each other a lot of touching and stuff like that. So the touching was pretty cool. I didn't really have a problem with too much of the touching. It was a lot of movement, you know what I'm saying? A lot of movement I was dealing with, and I was far away because I had the 70-200, so I was kind of just keying in and punching in, and you know what I'm saying, making sure that I got the shot. But these right here, bro, come on, bro, like what? This is an amazing photo right here, bro. Like, the portfolio about to go stupid for sure. The portfolio about to go stupid for sure. Right, so when shooting this, I did have the rule of thirds grid on, and I was shooting with a very, very narrow lens, right? So I was punched in between 70 to 200 millimeters, and I was backed up pretty far. I was by the barn, and I had cropped in, and it got this much of them. I do wish I would have had a little bit more foot space, a little bit. I think it did good. I think this is a beautifully framed image, honestly, right? There's a raw image. I feel like it's beautifully framed. I had them in the rule of thirds grid, so they're literally right inside of, a little bit off to the side of that center third of the camera, right? So you guys know the third kind of comes down right here. So she's on that third line, then he's outside of that third line. So both of them are inside that third. So a majority of what's opening up this box and what's being seen is the background. So I did have some shots where I had them in majority of the shot, and I had to adjust myself, right? So shots like this, right? Not a good shot. It's a straight shot. It's an okay shot, but it's too much of them and not enough of storytelling, right? So I didn't tell enough story within this shot, and I really do wish I would have told a little bit more of a story within this photo. You know what I'm saying? So while I was shooting, I decided to zoom out because I was shooting at 70 millimeters, so I had to back up, right? That's black and white worthy for sure. So literally, I had to back up. Like, I had to back up because I was 70 millimeters. So like, I'm like, bro, I can't zoom down anymore. And I was going to pick up my 24-70, but they're walking. So I literally had to just back myself up and just kind of make the shots work, right? So I was shooting at high speed continuous on my camera as well. And I was also shooting at center tracking, right? So I posted a thing in the Patreon today giving you guys all of my settings on what I was using for today's wedding day. I like to kind of just like brain dump on the Patreon because I feel like that kind of helps out, and it's like a text channel that's like private for everybody to see, that wants to see. If you're a member of there, you're able to see all of that. So I put all my settings that I was going to use today before I used them, right? And then I used them, so now I'm going to be showing Patreon how they came out. So when I took the images like this, and I noticed that I was doing too much cropping, I tried to crop out a little bit, try to crop out a little bit more. So as they were walking, I was trying to back up while shooting to be able to allow them to be smaller within the frame, because I felt like I was allowing them to swallow the frame, right? I didn't like how I had them swallowing the entirety of the frame, right? So I decided to zoom out more. So I zoomed out more on their shots. I backed up a little bit and I was like, okay, this is how I want to frame it. So I framed them in that middle third. I gave them a pretty good amount of floor space and a great amount of head space, and an amazing image like this came out. So I set them off center a bit on purpose because I wanted them on that right third, right? You guys know how the rule of thirds go, right? We have a third coming down here within this tree. I framed it up. We have a third coming down within this second part of the tree, framed it up. The lines are going to be coming through their head top, lines coming through their midsection. I do this a lot, all right, especially when doing weddings or couples, because it just makes for a more aesthetic image, I guess you could say, setting them off a little bit to the side. And I feel like that helped me be able to frame this shot so much more, because I love to have the groom looking down at the bride and the bride looking up at the groom, and then some shots where they kind of alternate, where the groom's looking at me, the bride's looking at the groom, and kind of like vice versa, right? So I had some shots where I had them kind of switch, and then I had one look at me, one look at the other, right? So these are some of those good ones. We had a cow in the back, my buddy Churro. See, I got some intimate shots, so I cut it at the knees on purpose, right? This is still within the rule of thirds grid. I'm using the rule of thirds grid the entire time. The rule of thirds grid is one of the most important things that will help you stay intentional on your camera. So figure out how to enable that rule of thirds grid and utilize it to the best of your ability. I'm literally cutting it at those knees, right? Great shot. And then I'm cutting the top third I'm cutting the top third at the head, giving them enough head space and still giving them enough space on each side as well, while being in fast motion, while shooting at high speed continuous. Right, boom. And I feel like these came out with some amazing shots. I did have a little bit of fall off here, fall off there. I gave them too much foot space here, right? I wish I would have came up a little bit more and gave them more head space. These are things that I have to always kind of like keep myself honest on and always have to look at, because I gave them more foot space than head space. This is an even image if you look at it. It's symmetrical, they're in a direct center, but it's not too amazing, right? It's not too you know what I'm saying? It's not too eye-catching, right? So just a little bit more framing, playing with those lines would have made it look a lot better. Same vibe here, same thing here. I like this one because I give them a lot less foot space and more head space. Just looked better. It looked more even, because the ground doesn't really matter, but the ground doesn't really matter because the ground doesn't add to the story, so it doesn't allow you to be surgical. It makes no sense to add more ground than head space because the floor doesn't have anything on it to make it important, right? It doesn't have anything on the floor to make the floor important. So what I worry about is the top of that headspace. There's trees up there, there's bushes, there's whatever, there's a cow in the back. All of these things that are in the background make the background important, right? And I also wish I would have seen this right here, because I would have framed them up differently. That's a little pipe. There's a pipe running in the ground, can't really control it, but the pipe right here is fighting with her dress. It's something I have to think about in some of the images that I want to, maybe print or be able to have used for the portfolio. I got to worry about that, right? So something that I could have thought about prior. So I had some more of them kissing, yes, boom. But then I love images like this. Images like this are so intimate to me. Images like this that make you feel something are the images that I love to have, right? These are the images that I personally love, right? The images that feel like they make you feel something. I'm talking to them this entire time, telling them exactly what to do, telling them how to grip, everything. And it's like, you guys have seen the behind the scenes when it drops on Instagram. I'm literally showing them exactly what to do, and I love this because they understood the excitement. They're looking at each other because I feel like they actually have that intimate connection with one another, especially being that they're getting married today. You know what I'm saying? So these were some amazing images, and these are images that I will set aside for myself to know, like, to mark down, like, yeah, bro, this one of them ones. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me to know, yeah, this one of them ones. So literally, I'm gonna go ahead and get this raw image right here. And I love how it came out. Boom, I'm going to go ahead and green light it, right? So do I want to green light it or do I want to gray light it? I'm going to green light it. So I'm going to green light this for myself. So that way I know that I want to use it for later. I'm going to green light it. Any of these other ones I'm going to green light also that I see. So as I'm looking through these, I green light these for myself. Like, okay, what do I want to add to my portfolio, right? Green light. I'm going to give this the green light as well. I'll make sure I'm green lighting raws because those are the ones I'm going to be actually really using. See, I love how intimate this image is right here, man. I'm going to green light it. I'm going to give it the green light, right? I love this. I love how the type of rings that they had. This was a very clean image. This is a very clean image. I'm going to give it the green light. So these are just certain things that I may be able to add to my wedding portfolio, my wedding Instagram. anything of the such. Right here, I was a little bit missing focus. Do I wish I would have had it at 4 rather than 2? Yes. Do I wish I would have went at least 3.2? Yes, because it's a little bit out of focus. Can I fix it? Yes, I can fix it, but it's just an extra thing to have to do when worrying about the images, right? But overall, images came out perfect. When they were zoomed out, it looked a lot better. When it was super close, it was a little bit you know what I'm saying? But it definitely is perfect. I definitely love how these came out. Had them walking back as well. Different vibes. He's got them like acting like kids. I had them running around and stuff like that too. I got some. Oh, that's an amazing shot. Where's that at? Oh, where did I get that at? Where did I get that at? Is that right here? Wait, where's that at? Was it one of these? Oh yeah, that's hard right there. I like that image right there. This one right here. Yeah, I'm agreeing like that one too. Just for me to be able to have for later on to know which ones I want to be able to use for my personal portfolio. I'm gonna go up again. I got some kissing ones. I like this one, but where was that one? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That one that we saw that was just like, oh yeah, that's him. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. That's the one right here. This is the green light. I need to green light this one. Yep. Green light. So I'm giving all these the green light so that way I know the ones that I'm going to go back to use, to edit, or add to my portfolio. Just overall an amazing image. Just an overall amazing image. Steal them, bro. I'm telling you, do it. Do what you got to do. Steal some shot ideas. Only thing is, when you do them, you got to remember that you got to know how to direct the people. So you can steal the ideas, but you got to make sure you know how to direct them, because you can steal them, but if you don't execute it correctly, it's still gonna come out looking. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you execute. Raw image. Yep. Oh no, that's the JPEG. I need the raw one right here. I'm gonna green light those. So I'm green lighting all of these for myself because I know which ones I'm gonna want to be able to add to my portfolio, right? And then I got a whole bunch of others of everyone else as well. Gotta be really cool to be able to add and green light to my portfolio as well. Nice one. That's a raw one. Green light that one. Just little different ones that I took today. These were all on the 70 to 200 millimeter lens. This is by Sigma that I was using today, so it was really cool. It was a cool vibe that I had today. ISO was a little bit high, but it's okay. I'm a good commander, not a soldier. That's lit. You see my boy in the back, my little moo. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is a nice one. Green light. Is this JPEG or raw? Green light it. It's a nice one right there. Exactly. Yep. Giving everything the green light. So it's cute. Churro was so friendly today. He was having some fun. My boy Churro. That would have been cute. I don't know about it though. I kind of like it, but I wouldn't green light it. This was cute though. You can't see the cow, but I was trying to get little parts where like she's like acting like a kid again. But say cows ill. We only do goats here in PNG culture. So those are ones that I would low-key rid of, the little blurs. So I already know. I'm already knowing. I usually do this in Lightroom though. I usually put all of them in Lightroom and just delete from Lightroom, but I'm bored right now. Nah, I'm not really bored. I'm joking, but I got some fire images, bro. So it was fairy and like Viking themed, you guys. It was a cool, unique ass wedding, bro. It was fairy and Viking themed. It was tough. All right, it was tough. But yeah, so kind of just going through the entirety of all of these. Got them shooting this shit. Very, very crispy images. Very, very crispy images. This one gots to go. Trash. There you go. But yeah, overall, very, very crispy images, man. Very, very crispy images. Like, what? Look at this, man. The detail on this is insane, bro. Now, they would be considered art, but I mean, I just didn't choose to give them to them. I usually be putting them right in there. I ain't even gonna lie, because some people be liking them. Yeah, that boy had them Viking vibes. I shot these from outside the barn to the inside. Yeah, see, this was tough. Yeah. Crispy! EJ, what it is? What it is? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some of these were hit or miss. I'm not tripping about these. Cause I had these were stylistic choices because I was gonna do. Cause they had so the theme was like Vikings and what's the name, so they want some they want alternative photos, if that makes sense. Nose piercing is hard, right? So they wanted alternative photos. So when I say alternative photos, you're like, what the hell do you mean? I'm about to show you. So they were into like a lot of different different type of whimsical things, stuff like that. Angels, fairies, Vikings. They were into stuff like that, right? So that was really cool. And then they also are into like smoking and stuff like that. So they wanted me to create some images surrounding that vibe as well. So I'm trying to find the photos so I can show y'all. Also, like these right here, like them shooting the shit, smoking. They did some really cute ones with just them two. I think they're up here somewhere, like some vibes like these. Hold on. They wanted some like little lifestyle looking photos of them sparking up the blunts. They wanted some little cool little vibes of them like that. They did some where they wrapped their arms around each other and it was really cute. Okay, like these. Yeah, it was like these. They wanted little ones like that. Those were tough. So they wanted alternative type of photos, which to me came out amazing. So I posted my exact settings from before, like I said, in the Patreon. So they were able to see those before I even posted. These are 2 wasted photos. They were able to see those before I even posted. That's my guy. But yeah, so these were tough. So I literally used the 3.2 and 2.8 aperture mostly in the entirety of the time. When the clouds showed a lot of when the clouds came out and like showed a lot of like harshness, that was the one point when I like hiked it up, because I had my indie filter but I ended up taking it off and I didn't have it on me when they wanted to shoot. So when I didn't have it on me when they wanted to shoot, I literally just had to decide between whether I was going to use where I was going to either get the shot or not get the shot, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go up to f8 at that point, you know what I'm saying? So I was peaking. This was all this was testers. These were the very, very first images. These were all testers before anybody got anywhere for me to just see how I wanted things. Boy, I'm giving that the green light. That's one of them ones right there. Green light. That's one of them ones. That's one of them ones. Have I been green lighting did I green light any other ones? I don't think so. But yeah, so these green light. Stop playing with me. Green light. This was on the 70 to 200, you guys. I had just got this lens literally like not too long ago. My girl was so nervous. And she was so cute though. She had like a fairy dress, so like under her dress was like a lot of sparkles and stuff. It was really cool. Oh, look at those, and look at those, and look at those, and look at those. There we go. Oh, her bestie was crying. These were like some of like the best angles. These angles right here were like hitting. Cause it was a barn, so it had a lot of like, a lot of peaking in the sense of lighting. So you kind of had to like go with that peak. A little one. Stop playing with me though. Like what? Green light. This is a tough image right here. Like, I love images that evoke emotion, feeling. Bro, did we get to those? Did I already show y'all the ones of them putting his hand on the chest? Hold on, where's it at? I think I greenlighted them, but I don't know if I did. I didn't greenlight them. They're right here. I did not greenlight any of these. Like when she was pulling away, did I greenlight it? Oh, I did. Yeah, it's right here. I greenlighted it. This was an amazing image right here, bro. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and drag and drop these into there. And see where these drop at. I'm gonna see if they flood in, like in place. Once again, copying them over, not moving, because moving will delete them from the SD card, and we need to copy them just in case something happens to the SD card. Little videos I took. They didn't book me for video, they just booked for photo today, so I didn't do a hybrid coverage, but I just got myself some BTS, some little like stuff for myself to make for promotional use. That's always good for you to do because you never know. Little stuff like that, and I can literally just put a font over it and say like wedding bookings available. Same vibe, wedding bookings available. I could easily put wedding bookings available. Like I could easily put that. Little stuff. So this image was taken with the 70-2. All right, y'all. I hit 1 hour. I'm about to end stream. I'm about to go ahead and process these images. I was gonna stream and process the images, but I want to watch Netflix or some shit. So, and I can't watch Netflix on the stream. So I love you guys. I might stream tomorrow, but I had to stream like for today, so like the date shows that, like, you know, I kept my streak going. I love you guys. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I'm probably gonna spark stream in the middle of an event. I have a what's it called? Where is my thing at? I gotta airdrop this to myself. Speaking of it, I have a pool party tomorrow to do. So yeah. That I'm gonna do tomorrow. So I might do a pool live IRL like on my neck or something like that. And then I got a baby shower and stuff like that too, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do that. Yes, sir. Good stuff. Thank you. I appreciate you, bro. Oh yeah, I'm on the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast. All right, love you guys. I'm about to go ahead and dip out, shower and shit, and finish up these images so I can get ready for tomorrow and I can actually lock in. Love you guys. I'm going live every single day, so tap into the live. I might do an IRL. I might do a desktop. Just be ready for whatever pops up on your screen. Make sure to press the notification bell. If you guys care about me, once this live ends, leave a fire emoji in the comments. Like once you see the live end, leave like a fire emoji under the actual like live once it turns into a regular video. I'd appreciate that so much. I appreciate that love. See you guys later. Thank you guys again for tapping in and watching my process behind the weddings. And yeah. Until next time, taxi. Love you guys. See you guys later. Make sure you're in the Discord.